Ancient taverns were not just places for drinking, but also centers of social, political, commercial, and even religious exchange. How taverns operated varied by period and culture, but here's an overview of how taverns operated in some notable ancient civilizations. 1. Mesopotamian tavern. Name, often called a house of drinking. Function, a place where common people gather to drink beer, a popular beverage of the time, exchange news, and entertain themselves. Tavern owner, usually a woman, called a sabatu. Rules, there were strict laws, for example in the Code of Hammurabi. Tavern keepers could be executed if they did not report crimes discussed in the tavern. Two, Ancient Greek tavern. Name, Capelian. Characteristics, not popular among the nobility, as they prefer to hold symposiums for private drinking parties at home. Served wine, sometimes diluted with water, may be accompanied by prostitutes, dice games, and music. Social role, mainly served to commoners and foreigners. Three, Ancient Roman tavern. Name, taberna or papina. Function, both a tavern, a food stall, and a small inn. Some places were considered a gathering place for gambling, prostitution, and political debate. Menu, wine could be mixed with honey mulsum. Simple foods such as bread, cheese, salted fish. 4. Medieval European taverns. Types, inn, and in that served food, wine, and lodging. Tavern, a tavern that served food. Alehouse, a small establishment that served mainly beer. Social role, a place where villagers gathered to hear news, discuss business or local politics. Some were also places for secret meetings or rebellions. Some common characteristics. Settings, simple, usually with benches, wooden tables, and fire pits. Main drinks, beer, wine, spirits later. Customer base, sometimes limited by class, gender, or occupation. Accompanying entertainment, music, dancing, card games, gambling. The tavern in ancient Mesopotamia was one of the oldest forms of social gatherings known to mankind. This civilization included kingdoms such as Sumer, Akkad, Babylon, and Assyria, and existed from about 4000 BC to 500 BC. Here is a detailed look at the Mesopotamian tavern. One, general characteristics of the Mesopotamian tavern. Name. There was no official name for the tavern, but ancient texts used terms such as house of drinking or alehouse. Location, usually located in densely populated areas, near markets, ports, or trading areas. Size, small, like an open living room with simple tables and chairs, if any, where people sat drinking beer and chatting. Underscore, 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 underscore. 2. Main beverage, beer. Beer was a popular and important drink in Mesopotamian life, even considered a gift from the gods. Made from barley and naturally fermented, it could be so thick that it had to be drunk through a reed straw to avoid sediment. Beer was divided into types: light for commoners, strong for raises/bonuses. There was no wine like in Greece or Rome, because the climate was not conducive to growing grapes. 3. Pub owners. Women are the main. Pub owners are usually women, called sabbatu, one of the rare public roles of women in ancient society. They are both bartenders and waiters, sometimes even landowners and bookkeepers. Underscore, 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 underscore. 4. Strict rules. Taverns are strictly controlled by the state because they are places where many people gather, easily leading to plots or criminal acts. The Code of Hammurabi, around 1754 BC, clearly stipulates, if the tavern owner does not report a customer who plots treason or commits a crime, will be sentenced to death. If the tavern owner dilutes the beer or cheats on the price, will be severely punished. Underscore, 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 underscore. 5. Social and cultural roles. Not only a place to drink, but also a place to exchange information, rumors, political news. Negotiate business, especially for merchants and craftsmen. Sometimes accompanied by prostitution, entertainment, or even religious rituals. Some taverns also had a form of debt recording, and the tavern owner kept a record of debts on clay tablets written in cuneiform. Underscore, 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 underscore. 6. Architecture and space. Built of mud bricks, low roof, small doors. There may have been a small courtyard in the middle or a main drinking room with simple painted walls. There was no modern bar. The waiters brought out beer in large ceramic pots. Underscore, 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 underscore. Interesting note. Ancient inscriptions such as the poem Ninkasi, praising the goddess of beer, describe both the brewing process and the social role of the drink. In some contracts, the tavern also played the role of a place of transaction, almost like a primitive bank. Underscore, 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 underscore. If you want, I can help you visualize the Mesopotamian tavern with illustrations or a detailed fictional description of an evening in a tavern of that era. Which direction do you want to go?